The reason you are mentally foggy by 10 a.m. and completely drained by 2 p.m. has nothing to do with your workload and everything to do with what you did not do before you left the house. 3 exercises, 15 minutes every morning. And exercise 3 produces a neurochemical response that no coffee and no supplement can replicate. This changes everything. When a man goes from bed directly to work without physical preparation, cortisol spikes with no outlet and converts into mental anxiety. Blood flow to the prefrontal cortex stays restricted. Morning testosterone peaks unused and declines through the day. 3 exercises fix all 3 variables before your first meeting begins, and the third one produces a dopamine spike that neuroscientists compare directly to focus-enhancing medication. Stay with this. Subscribe now, because what you do before 8 a.m. sets your energy, focus, and output for the entire day. Here are the 3 movements, and the second one explains why you crash every afternoon.
Exercise 1. Inchworm walkout. Stand tall, hinge forward, hands to the floor. Walk your hands out to a full plank. Hold 2 seconds. Walk back, stand. 10 reps. This activates your full posterior chain, decompresses your spine, and drives blood flow from the first repetition. Research from the University of Illinois confirms that posterior chain activation increases cerebral blood flow to the prefrontal cortex by up to 14% within 10 minutes. More blood to your decision-making brain before you sit at your desk. That is not motivation. That is neuroscience. Like this video if exercise 1 alone just changed how you think about your mornings.
Exercise 2. Jumping jacks with deliberate breath control. Inhale for 2 jacks, exhale for 2. 50 reps. This specific combination, cardiovascular stimulus paired with rhythmic breathing, trains your parasympathetic nervous system to stay regulated under physical demand. That is the exact skill preventing the 2 p.m. cortisol crash most men experience daily without understanding why. Daily repetition builds a stress regulation baseline that makes you measurably more resilient through every working hour. The afternoon wall does not disappear by accident. It disappears because your nervous system learned to handle demand. This teaches it how. Now, exercise 3, the dopamine response, the one neuroscientists compare to focus medication. Do not skip this.
Exercise 3, explosive squat jump. Squat to parallel. Explode upward. Full extension at the peak. Land softly. Reset. 3 sets of 8. A 2012 study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine confirmed that explosive lower body exercise produces an acute spike in dopamine and norepinephrine, the exact 2 neurotransmitters responsible for sustained focus, working memory, and executive function. The same neurotransmitters targeted by the most prescribed focus medications, produced naturally in 8 reps. The effect peaks 30 to 45 minutes post-exercise. Time this correctly, and your deepest work aligns perfectly with your neurochemical peak. This is not fitness. This is professional performance.
3 exercises, only 15 minutes. Inchworm walkouts for cerebral blood flow. Breathing jacks for stress regulation. Explosive jumps for your dopamine peak. Before the emails, before the coffee, before the first demand arrives. Subscribe for weekly science that makes you perform better in every area of your life. Comment below, what is the first thing you do every morning right now? Be honest, because that answer explains your output. And share this with one man who is grinding through exhausted days wondering why. The answer is 15 minutes, starting tomorrow.